This test stream is live, I believe. Let's see if anyone actually joins in. Jump into the chat. Let me pop into the actual stream on YouTube. Let's see what's coming up. Live viewers too, so someone's Techniques T. I see you've joined an experimental stream. I'm not actually, of course, walking around with the camera. I'm just kind of chilling. Can you let me know how the volume levels are? Greetings in Thailand. Wow, you picked an interesting one to jump into because this video was actually that I'm playing here. I'm just testing a new streaming setup, like the title says, so this isn't actually going to be that long of a stream. I just want to see how this works because I'm thinking of doing something like this on the main channel where we can just kind of hang out. So I can play some videos, maybe a video that I recorded or a video that I'm not going to upload, or maybe I can preview. You can't hear my voice clearly? How about now? Let me see. Maybe if I turn this one down here and my microphone up. Alright, that's better. Hey, like I said, this is like a whole new setup. I'm just dragging my microphone over closer. I haven't done something like this before. I was too lazy to even like do a test stream before I went live. Oh, greetings, Bob. Yes, okay, so I just gotta crank down the video's volume a bit and crank my volume up. There we go. What's up, Kami? So sorry if you guys are disappointed. This is not a stream. Maybe I can adjust the camera. Florida gang. Where are we? We are on Walking Street in Pattaya in Thailand. I recorded this back on February 6th. So, yep, this was during the pandemic, I don't think it was actually declared to be a pandemic yet when I recorded this, but it was the very early days of the coronavirus. And I think the people in this video were very aware of it, but we were all still kind of in denial. Remember, oh, happy birthday. This was kind of when the World Health Organization and China were really downplaying how serious this was going to be. I'm not going to say they were lying to us, but they weren't letting us know it was going to be that serious. And it was still early days, so maybe they didn't even know yet, but I also have the ability to just swap in any other video. Like I said, I'm just testing this streaming format, so this might only be like 10 minutes or something. 1 month later, this street was starting to empty out. It was shortly after I got back. I saw pictures of parked buses from Pattaya. All the tourist buses were basically out of commission, and I'm assuming they're still out of commission. Thanks, Kami. Just seeing if I can find a lazier way to stream, because earlier today I did a stream where I took something like 20,000 steps. And of course this is the Stumbles channel, not the Johnny Strides channel, so it's the place to do this kind of thing. That's the club. I imagine it's a family restaurant. That's Marine Disco, and that's the Thai boxing ring where foreigners can go get beat up. Or they can pay money to not look so bad. What's up, Aleph? We got 11 viewers in here. So I just finished watching the vice presidential debate, and I still have a video to edit and upload. And just before I do that, I've been meaning to see if I can get this OBS studio set up and configured properly, because I might take this kind of stream live on the Johnny Stumbles channel at some point. Not nearly as comedic. Yeah, it's almost as if there was some sense of dignity at this debate. It was kind of cool. I think they both missed some easy chances to KO the other person, but I'm not really that into politics. I won't lie, I was kind of watching it just for the laughs. Kamala Harris is better than Biden. She doesn't seem to have to think about what she's about to say as long. She's got everything kind of at the tip of her tongue, whereas Biden kind of, you can see maybe it's just his old age or whatever, but he seems to take a while to digest and process information, and it doesn't always come out right. And I'm speaking right now, I can attest it's really hard to speak on point, you know, when you're up, but Kamala Harris was definitely a lot better as a speaker than Biden. Maybe as a leader, no, I don't know. What the hell do I know about US politics, right? But it wasn't that entertaining. It did kind of piss me off that our friend, why am I saying that? But Pence just kind of completely sidestepped so many questions and didn't even acknowledge them or come back to them. That was kind of interesting. Vera, good evening. What are we looking at? We are looking at Thailand on February 6th. So this is very early days of the coronavirus. That's why some people are masked, some people aren't. We didn't really know what was about to hit the world. This is probably 2 or 3 days before I came back to Canada. I think I came back on February 9th. And at this point, my friends had left, so I was alone. So naturally, my last few days, I grabbed the camera. I actually already uploaded a very similar video to this to my Stumbles channel. Yep, well, Canada, we're kind of impacted because there's been a lot of stupid tariffs on steel by the Trump administration, and I think they were hitting at that on one of the questions in the debate, like why is the current administration like pissing off their allies and stuff. But again, I don't really think I'm qualified to talk politics, but hey, we all just probably watched that, right? We have 15 viewers watching me play a video I took in February. That's cool. What do you really miss about Thailand? Is that a loaded question? I miss the $2 noodle dishes. Obviously, the 4-star hotels that are like $60 a night with a nice rooftop pool. I miss the weather. There's a lot to miss about Thailand. There's some things I don't miss, but I'm not gonna be negative or harp on another country. And in this case, we went. Pattaya is only like what, a 90-minute car ride from Bangkok, so it's almost a no-brainer when you're there. That's true, Tech Needs Tea. What are the magazines that the guys on the video offer? Or is it a restaurant menu? Magazines. Those are the guys sticking the menus in front of you. Those are basically menus to adult shows. And the street is kind of known for scams. And this video is almost over. I'm at the end of Walking Street already. Did anyone see James Corden? I didn't. I don't really watch James Corden. Gamey. Yeah, it's a tourist street, but it's also kind of known for its sex tourism. It's kind of a really, really seedy strip that it's gotten so popular it's sort of now overrun by tourists. So particularly groups of Chinese tourists. So it's gone from being really seedy, I guess, to kind of sanitized, but some of that older seediness is still there. Alright. Here's another video. Okay, I can just play these like that then. Maybe the volume's too loud on that one too. Hey guys, it is Sunday, September 27th. Like Amsterdam's red light district. 12:40 p.m. Yeah, probably. I've never been to Amsterdam, so I wouldn't know. This is like International Drive in Orlando. I don't is that like in Kissimmee? I really can't remember. I haven't been to Orlando in friggin' forever. Just finished recording a ride down. And this video here is a ride I will be uploading soon to this channel, the Stumbles channel. This was just me riding home after the Cycle TO. Not Cycle TO, what the hell am I talking about? I'm so tired right now. This is me riding home after the Active TO on Yonge Street. On my Johnny Strides channel. I just thought since I'm about to ride home and go watch some afternoon football, I'd throw the Susan, greetings. You were in the Hyde Park live stream earlier today. I did mention I was going to do a very weird, different kind of stream tonight on this channel. I don't know how long this will be, but it's certainly nice getting to stream in much higher quality than my stream. This is the pretty nice but rather windy day camera I usually stream on. It's my Galaxy S8. What do you drink? What am I drinking right now? I am drinking something from nearly as many people out in the streets as there would normally be at this time of day. This machine. But I've also got a little bit of this in there. I've been working on this bottle for about a week. Hopefully incident-free ride. So it's kind of a nice mix. The other whiskey I'm working on is uphill for most of the way. This one's almost done. I don't know why I just didn't finish that off tonight. Oh, someone's creeping all the way into my my kitchen. Is that an espresso? That is a Keurig croissant. And this is the intersection of Yonge and Wellesley. Yeah, I'm just drinking carbonated water with some whiskey. I'll check it when I get home. I heard a loud and I'm almost done. Kind of snapping noise on my ride down. All right, I'm gonna see how long the delay is right now. If I put one finger up. Everything seems to be working fine. Vera, here, I can actually show you the book. Let me see. Is that the one you're looking up? What's up, Polar Max? Since Vera asked about books. Yeah, I don't really have too many other books I've been reading. Yeah, it's it's kind of a really clever but also really stupid book. I've read it like 6 times, and the last time I read it was like 10 years ago. But it's not something. When someone rifled through my books and I was giving a lot of them away, that was the one I didn't want to give away because I know I'm going to go back to and read again. Oh, it is. It's extremely funny. And This is a book that I've been meaning to read, but I just haven't got around to for quite a while. I don't know.
So the next major intersection.
Maybe I'll just give that one away. What is that book about? It's basically, I don't know, it's hard to... I could just cheat and Google the synopsis, but I assure you it's pretty good. And, yeah, we're down to 15 viewers. Okay, so I really just wanted to see if the streaming setup works. I think on the other channel we'll have a much more lively chat group going, but it's kind of good. We got much better quality video. Kami, well, I could Google it if you want me to. I see a robber sign. Where do you see the robber sign? Where do you see that robber sign? Tech needs tea. John Ling, what's up? Welcome to my lazy chat group. Oh, someone is messaging me on Steam. I don't have any robber signs. Where are you going to see that? I'm looking. I see a Domino's pizza box. I see Cliff Bars.
Yorkville Avenue.
I see my fake cinnamon toast crunch. Look at this. It's made by Malto Meal. It's a huge bag. This was $1.70 at Metro. And it's absolutely disgusting. It doesn't taste anything at all like it's supposed to. Oh, on a billboard. I see. The video I'm not paying attention to. Sorry.
This is my first time getting out on the bike.
Yeah, this is. I'm just booting up Young Street in this video. You're good.
This is a nicer day
Thanks.
than a lot of the days we experienced.
You should try live streaming. You try out Microsoft Flight Sim. We will call it Johnny Crashes. Prasan, don't you need like basically a supercomputer to run Flight Sim 2020? I don't think I could run it. All I have is a Ryzen 2700X. It's 32 gigs of RAM, and my graphics card is kind of weak. It's like an RX 580. Bike ride live stream anytime soon. You know what, Polar Max? I just tried that out and it actually worked. The quality was kind of Minecrafting for most of it, so I don't think we're there yet. So I want to try it with my
although I guess it is officially.
You can get by with low settings with that stuff. Yeah, but once you stream it, Prasan, then that's extra great. Like my processor's 8 cores, so that should be good. But I heard that Flight Sim's just it's just a monster on your system. X-Plane is better. Don't know what that is. Back to Polar Max. Yeah, I should probably try doing that with my GoPro. I tried it out with my Osmo Action on just like a test live stream, and it was smooth. It was smoother than my normal live streams, but it was also super Minecraft. Flight Sim is the new Crisis. Yeah. Alright, I'm just gonna top off. Do you know French? Oui, oui. Bonjour. That is all the French I know. I'm just gonna go top off my drink. I'll be 1 second.
Let me take that car out for a spin in exchange for my
Let's go orange juice.
niceties I just displayed. And I don't really get it. This is a pretty short ride, and I'm already feeling like I'm out of gas. and I'm about to enter the fun part. The big hill climb.
Ça va? Ça va bien. Et tu? That's pretty much all the bullshit French I know. I'm now drinking a whiskey and orange juice. Not that that's important.
I've mentioned it before, but there's really no way around this. If you're riding from south to north, you're going to hit it on Mount Pleasant, Yonge Street, Avenue.
Sorry, someone's just asking me a question.
Or Bathurst.
And where is my other name?
You'll end up doing an even rougher hill on some of the residential streets. And I really don't
Thanks,
like catching this red light.
30 Watt. It's my first time
That's fine. Oh,
streaming on this kind of setup. I was thinking of doing like an April Fool's where I could pretend I'm out live streaming, but I guess the audio is a bit too clear. You won't believe me that I'm really outside.
It's a hidden cemetery that not too many people know about.
Oh, I think the mod from my other channel is in this chat. One thing I will do, I think, is I will make this stream go private, so you guys in here now,
Blocks north of here.
this will be the only time you get to see this. Just because I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Vera can swear a little in English, French, Hungarian, and Italian.
It's surprisingly
I know
close to
some
the intersection
Italian
of
swears. I think that's kind of standard. Don't know any Hungarian swears. Actually, I barely know any French swears. I know English, I know Korean, I know some Chinese, I know some Japanese, and Italian. I don't know what else I can swear at.
Get a little glimpse of it. Sorry, I couldn't point the camera that way.
Tech Needs Tea, where are you? I thought you were in the US, right? Susan, Korean. Susan, are you Korean? Susan Young, right? When was this stream? John Ling, this stream is right now. It's real time. But the this video was like a week and a half ago. I filmed it on Active TO, just riding home. Oh, you live in Florida, but your dad is from Quebec. Polar Max speaks English and Russian. Chinese. Well, a lot of Koreans have your last name, right? So maybe that's why.
Often neighborhoods have multiple names.
Kami, indeed it is. Prasan, what languages do you speak?
The overlying area.
This is a surprisingly G-rated topic, but that's all good. English, Hindi,
How long is left on this clock?
and Odia. I don't know what that
I'm
is.
going to
What country do they speak Odia
be a
in?
bad boy for a second here.
Could that be India? Kami speaks Spanish and English. I took Spanish in high school in grade 10 for 1 year, and I learned one word. Sacapuntas. And I believe that means pencil sharpener. If I'm not mistaken, that's one word I'll never forget.
I can't remember if I stuck to Yonge Street or if I took the shortcut way on my last bike ride that I posted on this channel.
Espanol, English,
Come to
Francais.
think about it,
You're okay.
might have taken this way, so whoops. Sorry for the duplicate content.
Thank you, Ahmed. Yeah, that's kind of cool. When actually, you know what? Let me go into my YouTube stats right now, and I can tell you guys exactly
On the quality of content.
what my audience is. If I go to analytics, and if I go to, I'm not going to show you this because you can see like my earnings and stuff, but okay, so I'm gonna drop some info on you guys. 35% of my viewers
take the more scenic and pleasant route.
Let me go back. Come from Canada. 12.2% of my viewers come from the US. 8.9% come from India. 3.2% come from the UK, and 2.6% come from Brazil. Then we have, at less than 2%, at 1.8%, we have Pakistan, Mexico 1.3%, the Philippines, South Korea, Japan 1%, Australia 1%, Hong Kong 1%, Mexico, and Taiwan 0.7%, Thailand 0.6%. I have 0.2% of my viewers coming from Nigeria, 0.2% from Jamaica and Sweden and the Ukraine, Chile, Egypt. Sorry, my camera's kind of hiding. Why don't I just pull the browser off to the side here? If you guys want to know my viewer age, let's take a look. 28% of my viewers are 25 to 34. 18 to 24 are 16% are 18 to 24. 21% are 35 to 44. That's me. Yay. 14% are 45 to 54. 11% are 55 to 64, and 8% are 65. These are my
a lot of people are moving out.
Johnny Strides viewers. And as for gender, Kami, we're almost the same. 24.1% of my viewers are female, and 75.9% are male. I guess they don't give us much room there to identify other genders, but hey, that's pretty neat. So a quarter of my viewers are female.
But most of the little things were already sorted by the time I got there, like the internet.
It used to give me a lot more than this. Device type. Alright. So 37% of my viewers are on a mobile phone, 24% are on a TV. And I think that's where my channel is wildly different from most other channels. I have 24% of my viewers on a smart TV, and 24% on a computer, 10% on a tablet, and 2% on a game console. What else is this going to tell me here? More. Operating system. Alright. We got 35% on Android, 18% on Windows, 12% on iOS, 11% on Smart TV, 1% on Macintosh, 1% on Roku OS, 1% on Amazon. So it looks like Android and Windows and iOS are the big three, but Android and Windows are clearly
the last time I went straight here, so this time let's go right.
The dominant, or at least Android is clearly the dominant. And I don't know, I think that's it for boring information on my channel. Although you jump from Mac to iPhone. Susan, you're all in the Apple stuff. Yeah, I don't know if there's any other interesting metrics to share with you guys.
Whatever it happens to be called.
My longest average watch video is over 20 minutes. That's average watch time. A lot of people just watch for like 1 minute and then screw off. So that really throws off your stats. But
that is 100% my bad.
thank you, Prasan. If you guys have any questions, feel free to fire them at me. I'm just digging through the stats on Johnny Strides. Let's see what else.
Stupid cyclist compilation. I have contributed in the last few minutes.
Yeah, I don't think there's...
Let's see what other kind of stupid things I can do.
too much in the way of interesting stats.
Maybe there's a U-Haul truck with a ramp. I could wheelie on up into.
Yeah, it's boring. I'm gonna close out that page. I'm gonna take a look at... Okay, tomorrow's video has finished processing. Woohoo! Alright, Tech Needs Tea, have yourself a good night. Thanks for watching this really weird live stream tonight. What kind of questions are allowed? Kami, any kind of question is allowed. There's no such thing as a stupid question. There are such things as racist or inappropriate
Make a right.
or offensive questions, of course. Those, I think you know better. I think we have a pretty reasonable, mature group here.
What's weird is I broke my finger.
When you're able to buy a home, will it be a house or condo, and where would it ideally be? Ideally, it would be a condo downtown.
I thought I had healed it properly.
John Ling, I'll get back to you in a second. Ideally, it'll be a condo downtown with very low maintenance fees within 10 minutes of a subway station by walking. Not that I mind walking a long time. That's more for other people that might be coming to see me or accompanying me, providing we get out of this stupid pandemic. But I'm definitely a big city person, and I can't imagine
at some point throughout my life.
not... I mean, I can't imagine owning a house near a subway in Toronto. That's just... Even if this channel had like 10 million subscribers, that would still be kind of hard to obtain, given the cost of price.
I don't really think there's much.
John Ling, what's your new setup? My new setup is I have my iPhone hooked up, working as a wireless webcam. That's what you're viewing me through now. And I'm using free software for that, which I didn't pay for. So if I go like this, look at that. See where it says IV cam? That's because I'm a cheap bastard who didn't pay for the software. So I just hide that. And you don't know. It looks like just a regular webcam. So. And I'm using OBS Studio. I'm just playing an old video. And I'm almost home here. I'm literally like a minute from my home. Blake Raymer. Hey Johnny, did you hear about the cops enforcing the 20-kilometer max speed in the bike lanes in Etobicoke? I haven't heard about that, but I would be interested to know, are they also going to enforce the speed limit for cars on the road? Because there's no way in hell that they're enforcing that speed limit. And I definitely probably go 25-30 kilometers per hour, at least when I'm not filming and I'm on my own. Kami, my birthday is in November, within the first 2 weeks of November. I'm not going to give out the exact day, and the only reason for that is if someone has that information, they could probably start to unravel my identity and maybe use that to steal a password or do something they're not supposed to do. Generally, you don't give out your exact birthday when you're doing this sort of thing.
Yeah,
Would enforcing be done by cops on bicycles? Probably, Vera. I think Blake could probably answer that better than me.
Duplex Avenue?
You saw a post. Where did you see that? On Reddit?
103. So I missed kickoff. That's okay.
Prasan, welcome to the welcome. I mean, I say that as if you just joined, but the November birthday club.
Watch football. And then maybe
people docs on here. It's not a good idea to give out. Yeah, I agree. Sounds of the City. My first stream, though, you might recall on Johnny Strides, I accidentally went public with my first ever stream from my balcony, which was kind of not a good look because you could see exactly where I lived if you're remotely familiar with Midtown Toronto. Sometimes I do things like I'll post a video or I'll post a shot from a friend's balcony, or like this bike ride here. Little secret, I tend to always go to this condo or this apartment before and after my videos whenever I say I'm going home. I don't live here. I filmed videos where I walk out of the lobby of this building and the security guard's like looking at me like, what the hell are you doing? This is my decoy home. So maybe I shouldn't have said that, but if you're looking for where I live, it's not here. I just pretend it's here. Thank you, Michael Roy Baker. Let me, I think this video's done. Maybe I could throw up tomorrow's video. Let's see if I can add that. Whoop, that just covered me up. Oops. And I gotta fix it because it's 4K and I'm only streaming at, there we go. Let me crank.
Greetings everyone, today is Wednesday, October 7th. It's 1:10 p.m. and the temperature is 15 degrees Celsius.
I don't want you guys to not watch tomorrow's video, so maybe I don't want to give too much of that away, but whatever, I'm out of material.
That is DuPont Street to the right. That's where it begins, and Annette
So now you guys know my secret. That's my fake condo. One of the first videos I ever put up on here, I put I put my webcam on like the 25th floor of an apartment, of my friend's apartment, and I filmed from there, and some people are like, was that your home? Is that where you lived? Like, they're already, like, I was just like a pipsqueak nobody YouTuber back then. I still am, but I was really like, that video only had like 500 views or something, and that was my big video. And I just didn't want people to know where I lived, so I had that decoy apartment idea. So I've been going with that. I tend to start and end my bike rides from there whenever I say I'm going home. Oh, you saw that on a cycling group on Facebook. Well, yeah, because I don't use Facebook. I don't even have a Facebook, so if you search for me, you wouldn't even find me there. So I guess I won't get to be a part of that group. I tend to just live on Reddit online and YouTube. Those are the only two portals to the world. Oh, is the webcam frozen? Yeah, I look frozen, don't I? Let me see if I can fix this.
The plan for this walk is to head northwest through the Junction neighborhood and through an area of the Junction known as Little Malta.
Oh, I see what happened.
To Runnymede Road.
All right, guys.
And then I will head south down Runnymede Road to
what has happened? Hey, look at that. It's using the other camera now. I can turn this around.
From there, I'll head east over to Hyde Park. And providing it's not raining, I think I'll
front-facing camera.
Fire up a live stream from that point. This walk was requested by
Gloria, thank you.
One of the channel's Patreon members.
But I'm out of battery, so I got to plug this thing in. Because it's a stupid Apple product.
Take a look at Patreon and consider getting a membership there. There will be a link to that in the description.
I can't use my charger that I normally use.
For the most part, Dundas Street runs east to west parallel to Bloor Street. However, for this particular stretch, it sort of goes
a lot of work
and runs north of Bloor Street. But through most of Toronto and then
Estelle, greetings.
To the west into Mississauga, Dundas is south of Bloor Street.
Oh, if it was on Instagram, let me know. I definitely can check it out on Instagram.
West of here, towards Etobicoke.
John Ling, what's your schedule tomorrow? My schedule tomorrow is to wake up and make a smoothie and sit down at my computer, go through my comments, read my emails, and then maybe go for a bike ride. I haven't filmed a bike ride in a while, so I'll go out to my balcony. Probably need to clean off my bike chain and re-lube it, fill up the tires, and figure. I literally don't plan shit. Like, I usually just figure out what I'm doing as I'm doing it.
This area is primarily a blue collar kind of area.
We are out.
And it's perhaps most famous for
we're out of the good stuff.
An active prohibition against the
let's talk.
Sale and serving of alcohol. That lasted from the early 90s, I think 1903 or 1904, all the way up till the year 2000.
And if you're wondering, if you just tuned in, this video is through the Junction, and I filmed this. Oh, there's a reflection of my stupid self in the LCBO. I filmed this earlier today.
in the late 1800s. There were a lot of issues with public drunkenness and bar fights and that sort of thing caused by a lot of the blue-collar workers. And back then, municipalities could choose or set their own liquor laws.
Not sure if that's the light or what, but you look dead tired. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's me. All right, Prasan, thanks for dropping in and taking part.
So it was decided that this area would no longer be serving alcohol.
I was trying to see if Action Kid would jump in here, but I don't think he got my message.
If I'm not mistaken, I think when they lifted Prohibition, this was the first bar to serve a
Henry's
glass.
variety sign always makes me
I think
want
it
a
was
Kit
either
Kat.
in 2000 or 2001. So for almost an entire century, there were no bars or liquor stores operating in this neighborhood.
Oh, I made this way too strong. That's all right.
And this intersection coming up is Dundas and Kill Street, which is often considered the heart of the junction.
Action Who? Little Johnny. You guys watch Action Kid. Don't pretend that you don't. Maybe I'll get in trouble. Would I get in trouble for doing this? Let's take a look.
Maybe I'll cross over to the north side for a bit. That building there with the A&W in it is known as the Campbell Block. You might be able to read that on the sign at the top of the building. And that one dates back till 1888.
Membership.
And in recent times it had undergone quite a state of disrepair.
I don't know how to... I don't know what the hell I'm doing, folks.
And in
I
2014,
put that up.
and
But we are watching the
2015,
Action Kid trailer.
fully renovated. A lot of the tenants that were there are no longer, and they have since been replaced. And it certainly looks a lot
Maybe I'll
better.
get in trouble for playing his video. I don't know.
And just to the north of here,
It's kind of
on the
neat, though. I
northern
can
border of the junction, which is
throw up
St. Clair
whatever I
Avenue
want.
West, is an area known as the Stockyards.
How do I stop this? Sorry, guys. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Oh, there we go. Okay, I managed to kill that. I saw Action Kid and 4K Wanderer in a... I haven't seen that video with 4K Wanderer.
The
Maybe
Stockyards
I'll
is
look
home
that up
to a number of big box
right
retailers.
after I do this. Thanksgiving
area
plans.
used to
I
be
don't
home
know.
to
My mom's out in
Canada's
Niagara Falls.
largest
I don't have a car rented, so maybe I'll
which is where the Stockyards name was
take the
derived
GO
from.
train out there. If I do, I'll live stream a video from Niagara Falls and maybe film a normal video there. Is your name actually Johnny?
And there's the
Uh,
Ale House.
Yeah, you could say. I'm not going to give out my full legal name, but I was called Johnny when I grew up, so you could probably guess from there
Which
what
is
my
one of the
actual
few
name is.
craft brewers that have set up shop in
Is
the
this
area.
program XSplit or OBS?
Another one
This
being
is OBS
Junction
Studio
Craft Brewery,
that I'm
which is
using.
to the north of here in the
We are
Stockyards
not
area.
using the No More Whiskey. Yeah, I'm still drinking it. Oh, it's just way too strong. I fucked it up. Thank you, Blake. I have
No Toronto neighborhood would be complete without a
I
dollar
have my
landlord too, of course.
Instagram up. Someone just messaged me. Raymer25. Cool, I got your message. I'm old school. I do everything on a web browser.
I've never
I'm
been
not a
there,
fan
but
of
I've heard
mobile.
This restaurant here
Someone says, "Oh my God, I'm
is
watching.
quite fantastic. They
This
serve
is so
Thai food.
cool." Thank you. You know who you are. I just read your Instagram message.
Other than a few times.
This stream's
where
been going for
I filmed
45
videos in this
minutes.
area,
Okay,
I don't
guys,
really
I'm
keep
going
it
to pull the plug on this maybe
just
at an
noticing
hour. I just wanted to test if this would
Above
work.
Silk, there's a sign for
and
the Junction
because
City Music Hall, which I have heard
I didn't know
is
if
a live
people are going to be
music
like,
venue.
"Oh, this is
think
stupid,"
it's down in
and
the
they'll
basement.
drop out. I don't really watch Twitch or other live streamers like this. I
also a
watch
bar,
the
and they have
in real life live
pinball
streamers like
machines.
Action Kid or Walk Ride Fly, but I don't watch the people that do this sort of thing where they just sit there and look at the camera and talk while they play a video game or just hang out.
Different restrictions going on.
How many subscribers to make money just enough for living in Toronto? I can tell you it has
And in recent years,
absolutely
this has been sort of
nothing
being
to
one
do
those
with
up-and-coming
the number of
neighborhoods.
subscribers you have.
And it's gone from a
If you
rather
have
depressed,
1 million subscribers,
low-income
but they're
area
all
that through the 80s and 90s was kind of known for
7
its
to
crime and
10-year-old
prostitution.
children in India, you're
It's
going to make
becoming
no
one of the
money.
city's more
But if you
desirable
had
neighborhoods to live.
10,000 subscribers and they were all like doctors in Western countries, you would make a lot of money. It's really
So I'd imagine there's
your
been quite a
demographic
transformation among or
and your
along
watch
the stretch
time.
of Dundas.
So the number of subscribers means jack shit. It's the number of views that your videos are actually getting, how long they're being viewed for, and your
Perhaps someone
your
in the comments
demographic
can
of
speak
viewer.
to what this
Generally,
area
Western
used to be like
countries,
back in the 80s.
you get a much higher ad rate. My highest ad rate actually comes from Australia. My second highest ad rate comes from the US, and my third highest comes from Canada, and then European countries.
Looks like that would be the
So
site of a farmer's market.
yeah, and like little
don't
Johnny
think
said,
we'd be
you do need.
operating.
Well, you don't just need 1,000
least not
subscribers to
this year.
monetize. You need 1,000 subscribers, and you have to apply to be partnered, and they have to accept it. And a lot of times, if you're not speaking in your videos or showing your face, they won't approve it. If you're
What are
just
the
doing like
reasons why
compilations, they
people-
won't approve it.
I've said it was so depressed in years past was actually
Thank you,
due to
Vera.
Prohibition.
I'm looking forward to some cold ass blizzard
local
day
neighborhood
when
that people actually
I
want
just
to
do
live there.
this instead of going out. And if we can
your
still get some viewers and hang
Bars
out,
and
I think that'll be
restaurants
cool.
can't serve alcohol,
Sounds of the City, you need
so that's
4,000
property values in the area,
watch hours in order
brought with
to
it a number of other problems.
monetize. In order to apply for, you need 1,000 subscribers, which is stupid because that's a completely useless metric. And you need 4,000 watch hours. And once you have that, you
That's
can
just kinda
apply.
coming
And then if the gods at YouTube say, "Hey,
Good thing I'm
you can
quite hungry
you can
yet,
be
but I'm just gonna
monetized,"
pop
you're in.
there.
And just so you guys know, I've only been monetized for a year.
Filipino street
Uh,
food.
my Johnny Strides channel last October was
Sort of a hallmark of
the
Toronto
first time
neighborhoods,
that
of
channel had ever been
diverse
monetized because I
range of
just hit
different
1,000
cuisines.
subscribers. And my first month, I made like $50. Like, it was like, holy shit, all this work, and that's all I make. Keep in mind, back then, my channel was way, way, way smaller than it is now.
Just recording, that's all.
Yeah, then you can make 50 cents per video. Now, I've
No,
had
I'm just
videos that
wondering,
have made
thanks.
hundreds. And I'm not
Yeah,
even a
maybe
big
I'll try to help
channel,
you out.
right?
I guess
I won't talk about what my normal videos make, but
you might see the camera looking forward, but usually my head is kind of all over the place.
it's
looking at
it's
different
doing
stores.
surprisingly good right now. You won't be able to see the post. If not, let me know. I took screenshots. All right. Hey, my camera is losing its balance. Sorry, guys. I'm just using my gimbal, the one that I
And this here is Hyde Park Avenue.
maybe if I just
which
unplug it.
But
that'd be
hazard
good.
to guess, we'll take you down towards Hyde Park.
Sorry, guys, for my ghetto live. Hey, look. There we go.
There's the Friendly Thai, another Thai restaurant.
Do some other day. It's fun, and I don't usually watch YouTube do this, but we already know your channel. It's different. Thanks, Kami.
So on the south end of the junction is
Little Johnny. Oh, what's up, Jim H? Little Johnny says YouTube is tough to actually make decent cash. Yeah, it is.
So if you're
I
wondering
have.
where there's a safe
I
place
could
to ride
only
your
say
bicycle
that
from east to west across,
It's been decent for the last few months.
neighborhood,
Before
and
that,
would be
it wasn't decent.
it's got kind of a
So I think
similar
I'm
vibe to Harbour
kind of lucky, but still, I'm like
I've been meaning to do a
tenth
bike ride
the size of
along
Action
that at
Kid,
some
not
point.
even.
Perhaps I'll do one that links to Harvard Street.
Actually, on that, I don't know if you guys know this, but there is a website
Imagine
where you can
riding
look
as
up and
we're
you can
doing
see
tomorrow
how
right now.
other YouTubers are doing. Yesterday, Action Kid got 102,000 views. And what did little Johnny Strides get? I
And
got
speaking of
15,644
some of the breweries in the area,
views.
Junction
So
Craft Brewery.
he's about
Well, I
9
don't know if they
times,
still
maybe
are,
eight
but
and a
they
half
were
times
doing
bigger than me
free
yesterday.
delivery if you ordered a
Yep,
minimum amount
exactly.
of beer.
Social
I
Blade.
think it was maybe
Action
8
Kid
cans
is
or
huge.
10.
Susan asks, how do you stay motivated to keep going?
Earlier in the pandemic.
I just like,
I was really only going outside to take walks and film
if I
videos.
stay home all day and I do
a
nothing,
number of times,
I
and it
just
always
feel
came
like
the
a piece of
same or
shit
next day.
that
One
wasted
time I
my
ordered in the
day. And at
morning and
least
it came a few
going out
hours
and filming a
later.
video only takes an hour, maybe 2 hours if you include going there and coming back.
And this
So really,
is
2 hours out of your
Quebec
day is nothing,
Avenue.
and then I can edit
There's
as I
another bar,
please when I'm
Junction
home.
Depot.
Honestly, one of my videos to edit is like 20 minutes of editing, and I render them instantly, so they take like literally 2 seconds for me to render it.
As I often do, on
And
my
then
way
all I
down,
gotta do is
looked at
upload and make a
historical
thumbnail
buildings
and then description,
in this
title. So
neighborhood just to see if
all
there
in
was
all, one
anything
video is
particularly
maybe
notable. And
3 or
other
4
than the
hours of
Campbell
work.
Block,
So it's not.
which we walked by earlier, which was at
It's really
Peel and Dundas,
not that
nothing
much
else really
if you
showed
can
up.
sort of piece it up through your
I was a
day.
bit surprised by that, given the
Would you
history
say you
and
can live
age of
from
the
this
area.
at some point and drop your job? You know what, Kami? That's a good point.
There's a hotel along St. Clair,
Uh,
or a former hotel.
can I live from this and drop my job?
Where a fight
I'm
broke out.
actually not working right now. I'm on an extended leave of absence,
was
so
one of the
I might
events that
not,
triggered the
to make your
prohibition.
thinking face, go back to
They
my
used to hold
job.
cockfighting events down there. Or
I
at
have
the
shut my
hotel as
LinkedIn
well.
down because I was getting recruiters starting
I
to
did go
try to
by that
lure me
one
back
in
in to the working
bike
life,
ride
and
I
I
did
don't
earlier
think
in
I
the
want to do that, at least not yet. Also, maybe I shouldn't say this, but last month my YouTube earnings covered all my
Speaking
expenses,
of
my
bikes,
rent,
it's
my
bike
utilities. So I don't know.
And
Maybe
this
if
area
we
here
can keep growing.
is also known as Little Malta due to a large influx
Mike
of
Medeiros
immigrants
says hi.
from that
Have
part
you
of the
ever
world
checked
that
out a
settled in
channel
this
called
area, and I believe
Nomadic
still call it
Ambience?
home.
What's crazy about Nomadic Ambience
I think the city of
is
Toronto actually officially
came out of
recognizes
nowhere.
it as Little Malta.
and his thing
I've
is
seen that written
he
on street signs around here.
is really, really good technically. Like his video,
Still
and
a bit
I
perplexing
think
to
he
me
does
that
binaural stereo
Jamaica
audio
and
recordings.
Little Manila don't have
So
official designations, but a number of other areas
his
do.
setup is really, really good. And that's not something I could ever compete with. I don't
The
have
initial wave of
the
immigrants to
patience
this
or
area
like
were
the
from
technical
Ireland
know-how to pull off
in the
what
UK, and they were
Nomadic
English-speaking.
Ambience does. I think you need to like find what you're good at. And I found there's other walking channels in
And then
Toronto,
later
and
there
my
were
videos
several
were
waves of
really
immigrants from
no different than
Poland
theirs.
and
That's
Italy
why I
and
started
other
doing like
non-English-speaking
voiceovers.
countries.
I started doing animated maps, and then I even started narrating,
And this
and now
is
I'm doing the live streams. I've just been
St.
looking at
John's
ways
Road,
of
just to the south of here.
not being the same, and some of those other channels have copied a lot of what I've done, and that's cool. Like, I don't own those ideas. I copied a lot of what other people
And
did,
coming up is Malta
but
Park.
I just wanted to make my stuff different. I can't compete with Nomadic Ambience in terms of like the technical quality of the video. So I just said, okay, I'm just gonna insert myself and start narrating and talking about them. I know a lot of shit about Toronto, a lot of stuff. When I'm walking, I just see things and it comes to mind, and I thought maybe I'll start doing that in my videos, and that's, I don't know why I'm talking about this, but yeah.
There's a little plaque commemorating the Maltese
Jim
community in
H,
Toronto.
I have zero editing skills. Don't worry. It's fun. I like Rambolic. Rambolic has the craziest setup ever. He basically carries like a portable modem with him when he live streams. Like, he's kind of the
believe this
OG. I
area
think
was
Action Kid
originally
is a
a
little
city all on
more.
its own, known as West
He's
Toronto
done
Village.
more for the genre, just because he's done the narrative
And at
videos,
some point in
and
the
he
early
started
1900s,
pushing the
it
live
was
streams. But
annexed
Rambolic's setup is
by the city of
nuts.
Toronto.
Maybe Sounds of the City.
So much
Stacy
like
says,
town of
"You do
Brock,
you,
which
I
is
do
to the
me."
south of here,
I'm a little worried
and
about
other areas, Toronto started
being a little.
The Goblin
I'm not a
Outlaws
very
from
politically correct person, so I'm a little worried about slipping up and maybe saying something that offends people, which would be ironic because I don't want offensive stuff to be in the chats, but whatever. I mean, you gotta be yourself. Thank you, Albert. I pretty much wing the narrated videos. I don't prepare for them. I'll get on the subway and I'll look up historical buildings on my way into the city. Maybe just get some dates, rekindle some memories, but usually I'm just walking around pulling shit out of my ass, to be honest with you.
In the more urban walks I tend to record on this channel.
Vera, those are good ideas. Reviews of airlines might have to wait, and I'm pretty in love with EVA Airlines, EVA. That's like all I fly with these days. Is Johnny getting stumbling? I'm on my... I had 2 of these, and this one is super strong. This is like a double.
I'll have myself a snack. And if the weather holds up, maybe I'll have a...
Mike Madero says, show Dufferin Street, Toronto. I feel like if you put a facade your audience could tell, it's better to be yourself. Susan, I agree. I agree with you, but there's a point where you don't want to, like, we all kind of talk differently sometimes with our close friends than with our acquaintances, and I think you kind of want to keep that boundary in place. Video repository. I'm going through... Someone wanted to see Dufferin Street. And this video here gets pretty boring from here on in. I'm just walking down Runnymede Road down to...
industrial field and the area we just walked through.
Alright, let me see if I can load this up here. Oh, let me pull that down. Junction. Let me... I still don't know what the heck I'm doing with this software. It's kind of daunting, to be honest with you guys. But, here we go. Sounds in this video a bit loud. Is it still loud? Oh, yeah, the video's loud. I turned my microphone down and I turned the video up because I'm an idiot.
Hey guys, it is Tuesday, September 29th.
How's that? Is that better?
5:12 p.m. and the temperature outside is 18 degrees Celsius.
Thanks, guys. As far as the editing skill goes, yeah, my editing skill is non-existent. Drawing this friggin' animated map was the hardest thing I learned how to do. And now that I can do it, I'm just gonna live with that forever. I've seen... What's kind of cool is other people have sort of copied me to the point where they do animated maps better than I do, but I don't care. I've got my original way of doing it. I can now do one of those animated maps in like 5 minutes, so I just say fuck it. If someone can do it better than me. There's a channel called JUC Walking. It's a Korean channel. His animated maps are incredible. Like, that guy probably spends like 2 hours just doing like one weird little
due to the coronavirus
animated map.
So this
Your
is
narrations and expressions are addictive. Thank you, 50 Watt. Where in Thailand are you? I'm dying to get back to your country. Johnny, how weird is it being involved in this parasocial relationship? I've never done anything like this at all. It's super duper weird. I'm friggin' staring at an iPhone right now.
I'm approaching.
You just copy and paste a Google map in your description. One thing, Sounds of the City, Little Johnny, you could hire some people. Yeah, well, I'm not quite. I think you would probably need to pay someone like 40, 50K a year. And I'm nowhere near there big enough. If I did that, I would be subsidizing that. Sounds of the
Looks
city.
like
You have to
there's
be
a fight.
careful. One thing is, you're technically supposed to give Google a credit them when you use their map, but
It's not
a
very
lot of
polite
people
language.
don't. I
was
think Google
actually turning around
probably
to show
likes the free branding.
DJ on the north.
But if you do use like
corner
OpenStreetMap
there.
or
He's off
Bing
on there
Maps or
playing
another one,
tunes.
you are supposed to give them the proper accreditation. Where in Bangkok are you? Now you've got me jealous.
That's enough of that pleasant language.
And you're staring
So
at
I'm
me,
now
that's
heading
true.
south on Dufferin Street.
Google embeds their own. They do, but a lot of people
This is
just
the
cut
west
out
side.
part of the map. So you don't get that at Google sign on it. Where's your 50-pound dumbbell? That's I'll get that when I stand up, buddy. How's that? I actually sold my 50 pound. Damn, I am getting kind of
And on
drunk.
the
I
right
sold
here
my
is
50
Kent
pound
Senior Public School.
dumbbell on Kijiji the other day. I sold it to someone called Malatesta Danielle. Tipsy Johnny.
She was talking to herself. All right,
Alexa,
let's
what
walk
time
back
is
to
it?
the
I
great
can't even
start.
see the time.
And just in behind,
Oh, it's 12:50
Can't see
a.m.
any
I got
public
so much
school
shit
on
blocking
Bloor
my
Street.
screens, I can't see anything. I
There's a high
got two
school.
monitors, but maybe I
I
can
think
show
it's
you
called the
what
Bloor
I'm seeing.
Collegiate Institute. I might be wrong on that.
So there's the studio on the right, microphone.
Coming up on the right here is Dufferin Mall.
And the 65-inch TV in the background, which is angled in a weird direction for some reason.
And from 1907 to the mid-1950s, it used to be Dufferin Park Racetrack. It was a thoroughbred horse racetrack. There used to be a number of horse racetracks all over the city.
Oh, now I'm blocking my chat. That's good. Do you think
Someone else
extended travel would
yelling at
hurt the
themselves
channel?
behind me.
People expect Toronto. Andrew,
Eventually, most of the racetracks
yes
are
and no. My
consolidated into the operations
videos
at Woodbine,
from like
which is
Taiwan,
over by
Korea,
Pearson Airport.
Cambodia, and Thailand did about 70% as well as they normally would, but a few videos like exploded. I did one video through Bangkok that got like 40,000 views, and at the time that
Shortly
was
after the racetrack.
my biggest
closed and torn down.
video.
This mall
What's
appeared.
the thing? What's the chart thing on the monitor? No, that's the YouTube studio.
I'd say it's been
Website.
somewhat
Vera,
extensively
have a good night.
renovated in recent years. It's certainly
Thanks
a lot
for
nicer than it
joining,
used to
and
be.
thanks for hanging out in the earlier video. If you're checking your time, you already passed the 1 hour mark.
It features a
Yeah,
Walmart
1 hour and
Supercenter
3, holy
and a
shit.
No Frills, which is a discount grocery store.
This has been a
There's a
long
Toys R Us,
ass
which some Americans
stream
might
so
be
far.
surprised to see.
I kind of think I got
In
one
Canada,
more
that
drink in
chain
me
is alive and well.
before we're gonna call it a stream. Does anybody have any
If I'm
ideas
not
for
mistaken,
a bike ride
where,
I could do tomorrow?
Walmart is used to be a Woolco.
I kind of want to wake up early in the morning and do like a morning bike
Across from
ride.
Dufferin is
Have you considered
Dufferin
buying
Mall is
sensors
Dufferin
for your
Grove
bike
Park.
to make your cycling videos more interactive? Like speed, cadence, heart rate. I just ride a single speed. Like I'm not, and I don't even track distance. I don't even use an app to track my bike rides. Like my bike rides are more about just like going through the city as a cyclist, and I kind of don't want to compete with like the hardcore cycling channels, because really I'm more of a casual style cyclist. Like, you know, we're going down King Street, let's look around. It's not really like, hey, here's my RPMs, here's my speed, here's my hill climb. Like, I don't really care about that stuff so much. Like, I don't think my audience is really into that. That stuff seems like it's right up your alley. Maybe Taiwan video gave me FOMO. I agree, Susan. I love Taiwan. It's a beautiful country. Yes, it's a country.
And I will
Man,
eventually
I don't think you
get
need
around
it.
to doing one
I
from here.
recommended
I've tried
Strava
3
to you a
times
couple
already.
months ago. Do you remember the
Something's
app that
always
tracks
come
your
up.
ride? You did. I do remember. I honestly didn't do that. Oh, video froze again. Sorry, guys.
Looks
I
like
gotta
we have
hook
the
this
fall
stupid
colors upon us already.
power bank back up.
And I've spotted a number of tents throughout this park.
There we go. The video will not freeze again. Johnny froze. Yeah, I was hoping to be on an airplane this winter, but this kind of sucks.
Dufferin Street is served by the
Yeah,
29
sorry.
Dufferin bus.
Maladjusted, like, I'm pretty
This
sure my
travels
audience
between
is
Wilson
here for the
Station to
walking
north
videos,
and
not so
Exhibition
much
Place
the cycling
to the
videos.
south.
There is a channel, is it Cycle YYZ? That's a
Dufferin
pretty
Street does
cool
get
Toronto
interrupted
cycling channel. He's definitely
at
one of the more
Downsview Airport,
hardcore cyclists. CJ Hoyle is a
which
pretty
is in
hardcore
Downsview Park, and it
cycling channel.
resumes just on the
I
northeast
really
side of
just
the
do the cycling videos as a compliment, and also for me personally, they're way more fun to make. I enjoy making them,
And you can
but
resume
they
traveling
don't
on
do
Dufferin
as
from
well as the
Shepherd West Station, which
other one.
used to
Your
be
Christie
Downsview
Splits
Station.
video was great. Sounds of the City. What I do is I basically sit at my computer for
Portion of Dufferin is
10,
served
15
by a
minutes
different
and
bus.
I dick around on Google Maps and I
Yeah,
just
they're
try to
across the
think of a
street
walk. And then I hop on the subway
So
and
we'll
go.
look into the
Sometimes
park.
when I don't have anything in mind, I just get on the subway and I head downtown or to another area. And I just kind of pull one out of my ass. The narration part, sometimes that really bites me when I don't prepare. When I'm narrating a walk and I'm looking at like some gorgeous old building, it's like, I should know something about that. It's a really significant building and I don't know anything and I'm just narrating this, so I can't look it up. So that's kind of awkward, but that's kind of how I am. You know, if I have a job interview, I don't even prepare for it. I don't even read or look at the job description before I go. I just kind of always do everything flying by the seat of my pants. So
And I remember growing up,
it's
my
not
dad
surprising
used to
that I
park
don't really
his
plan
van
this shit out.
on
You
this
should do
street
Lansdowne video. That's a good idea. I've done a bike ride down Lansdowne.
as just in behind
Have
where
you
this
biked
Marshalls is.
to York
used
Mills
be
recently?
a bowling
Yes, I do. I live very close to York Mills, and I did
alley. I spent a lot of time as my childhood.
I didn't film one there, but I did a bike ride. I have my old office is near
Even though I
there, so
came
I
to
had to
this area a
go
lot.
drop some shit
I
off.
was just a small kid.
Thank you, Rocky.
Good job by that lady. Just
You know what,
walking
Andrew?
right onto the,
In winter,
crosswalk, making things awkward
if
as
it's
we were
snowing,
turning.
it doesn't
People
matter
see me.
where you go. People are gonna watch it. Like that's
Welcome to
kind of
the
the beauty of
Toronto
winter.
drivers,
If you
folks.
catch a walking video in the
Just tend to
snowfall,
look after
people
themselves.
just eat it up. So I don't really. There's almost no thought
As I was
involved.
saying, I
Like you
used
could
to
just
come
pick
here as
any street. Like I'm gonna walk down
a
Yonge
kid
Street.
quite
I'm gonna
often,
walk
but
down Queen Street, King Street, College,
Other
Bloor.
than
Like
getting to roam
it's
around
snowing.
the mall,
Who cares?
I never
Yorkville.
really stepped foot
When it's
outside
not
the mall.
snowing, yeah, it's kind of tough to do
I
the
don't
winter
think my parents
videos.
trusted that this was a particularly good neighborhood for a little kid to
But
be
the one of my biggest
exploring on
videos
their own,
ever
and they
is
were probably right
is
about
a winter snowfall. Akira Tanaka. Welcome to the chat, Akira.
that. It will be mostly residential in between the major streets.
Kami, you know I find small towns boring. Okay, guys, I'm gonna hit the little boys' room. I'm gonna have one more
lot of
drink,
these are
and then
older
we're
homes.
gonna
Built
maybe
sometime
say
around the
goodnight.
1920s.
So you guys can, I don't know, stare at my Cliff Bars.
There's an extended bus there. So the next major street up ahead is College Street. So this will be passing through a neighborhood known as Little Portugal. And it's also known as Brockton Village, which was the former town of Brock that was annexed by the city of Toronto back in 1884. And not too far to the east on College will be Little Italy. Dufferin Street itself has sort of been a corridor known as a destination for Italian Canadian immigrants. To the north of here at Dufferin and St. Clair is Corso Italia, which actually has a greater Italian population than Little Italy. Then further up Dufferin towards Vaughan, there's an even larger Italian
let's
community.
see. It must be tough in the winter. What's the latest you've ever stayed up to? Oh, I've done all-nighters quite often. Mr. John Ling came, he says, sorry.
The northwest corner here was kind of interesting.
Chair camp. Andrew, a very astute comment, who has pulled an all-nighter. I'll tell you when I didn't pull all-nighters in university before an exam, because I really didn't give a shit. 60 was a good enough mark for me.
Down College Street. I'll spin around and take another look
Little Portugal.
at that mural on the northwest corner.
Yeah, this would be walking right through Little Portugal. You can take a plane and come to Mexico. If you send me the ticket, I'll do it.
College West. I think most people just refer to it as
Indeed.
Little Portugal.
Malatesta, are you Italian Canadian? Look at this guy just walking down.
And the next major
No
street to the
fucks
south
given.
will be Dundas
Kinda.
Street West,
You gotta love people like that. Want to tell us your major in college?
which would
I
still also be part of Little
took a
Portugal.
program
And
at
then
York
shortly
University
after that,
called,
we'll be passing through
hey,
the
should I do
Parkdale
that?
and
Can you
Little
look
Tibet
me up on
neighborhoods,
some kind of
or
list?
at
It was
least
called Business and Society.
western edge of those neighborhoods,
It was basically a bullshit BA that had the word business in it.
as well as Liberty
I
Village.
feel like
which is opposite
Unionville
of
would be a
Parkdale,
cool walk.
on the east side.
I'm looking at Susan. Where I'm trying to think of the route in Unionville. Because Main Street near Millennium Square. Are you
Earlier
in,
the
Mark
year, I
and
did a
Susan?
bike ride. Who is he honking at? Oh, Mr. I have my park anywhere
Must be
lights on.
Northern Italian. You're a dual citizen.
Well, I don't think this bike is
That's
going
cool.
on any rides anytime soon.
I remember looking at that bike. Poor bike.
I'm surprised it's all there in one piece.
Maybe I can show you the e-bike I'm
As
probably
I was saying, I did a
going
bike
to
ride
buy.
down Dufferin earlier in the year. In 2019, the CAA.
This will be
which is
good
the
because
Canadian
it'll give me a
Automobile
chance to
Association,
learn a new
rated it
feature
as
of
the third worst street in the province of
this.
Ontario. But it's since been resurfaced.
Okay, so if I just drop an image on my desktop, and then if
And
I go
improved
add
quite a bit.
here,
And
image,
I believe it's been the worst street in Toronto a number of times before that, and possibly all of Ontario.
desktop.
quite
I'm just
remember.
trying something out here.
And look at the
Oh,
roof
I can
of
do
this
it.
apartment building.
That is the
is
e-bike that I have pretty
looks like
much
a lot
all
of
but
cell phone
determined
towers.
I'm going to buy. That bike is $1,179 plus tax.
Associated with that.
Now I just got to figure out how to take it off the screen. Why did your mom move to Niagara? You grew up there, nothing special. No,
This
not
is
much
Dundas
special,
Street
but
West.
when you're retired, it's like a quarter of the cost of living in the GTA. Like, she pays almost nothing for rent and has a pretty nice place. Thank you, Malice
Left we
Testa.
have St. Anne's
Rocky,
Anglican
have a good night, Rocky. Yeah, it's gonna be mostly for winter biking.
There's so many churches all over the city.
It's
just
a
steeped in
NCM
history.
Prague. No luck
Yeah,
with
if I
sponsors.
take a
You know
bicycle
what?
with friends,
I did
don't
have
know anyone
a
who actually
sponsor
attends.
offer to give me
Might be neat to go check some of them out if they're open during a
one.
doors open event.
Oh, geez, I got a ton of Patreon comments to go through. Oh man, maybe I'll do those in the morning. I'm pulling up my emails here. I want to. Where is it? A sponsor offered to give me one of those e-scooters if I do some e-scooter videos, but not like the kind that you stand on.
This is quite a
So
lively street.
I didn't actually respond to them because they're actually
Step
illegal
into the
in
middle
the
of the
city of
street.
Toronto. So I don't know if I should be making
Pretty
videos
spectacular
riding around
view
on
of the
this
skyline
little
around
wimpy
here.
scooter
Looking east
on
towards the
something
financial
that's
district.
actually not even legal on the roads. So
There's a lot of neat
we need
murals
to
and
learn
street
with
art in
Brilliant
this
and use
area.
NordVPN. Yeah, I'm not quite Bright Sun Films yet. But why an e-bike? You're strong enough without a motor. I am, but an e-bike would let me do like a 40-kilometer ride, and especially during the winter when it's freezing cold, I can just sort of focus
There's the view I
on
was
being
talking
warm
about. I wish I had a
and doing the narrating
zoom
versus
camera on me
killing
right
myself.
now.
I don't know.
Or a
I kind
camera
of
with
just
a
want to have it
capable
as a
zoom.
toy.
I can zoom on this one, but
I think it'd be cool.
it's
And you
kind
can
of
do different
annoying to
modes.
do
This
mid-flight
one, the
like this.
range on that one is 32 to 64 kilometers, so realistically like 35, 40 kilometers. And nobody can ever accuse me of being a wimp since I use a single speed for most things. One video I do want to do is the Brimley hill climb on my single speed.
So
Ever
apparently
been
we're
in an accident?
at the start
I've
of
been
this
in
second
an
wave
auto
of
accident
virus
and
right
a
now.
pretty bad cycling accident.
That couple sitting on the porch just gave me a.
The cycling accident took place in Korea. I was going down the Han River.
I think the city of Toronto had
And
over
somebody else
200
kind of-
positive cases
Oh,
coming
Kami, have a good night.
yesterday.
Somebody
which
coming the other
is certainly
direction
a lot
wasn't paying
higher than
attention,
it's been in
and
recent
they swerved into my
times.
lane, and I kind of
We
panicked
had
and
over
hit my
700
handlebar
for the
and
province a few days
squeezed my
ago.
handlebars
I think
too
yesterday
tight.
It was over 500.
flew over my handlebars and landed headfirst on the bike path, and I wasn't
Yeah, if
wearing a
you're
helmet,
into
and I
casinos
split my
and
head
gambling,
open.
You'll be happy to know that
Long story
province
short, the
has
ambulance had to come
reopened casinos.
and pick me up. They took my bike in the ambulance, and I did like a CT scan. They stitched up. I had
People are
stitches
kind of anticipating
from,
some
like,
further
down my head, down here,
restrictions and measures
and my
put in
chin was
place.
all fucked up, and I broke my
Bars are now no
finger,
longer allowed to be open after
and
12.
it was basically a
Last
mess.
call is 11.
So that was my bad bicycle
I'm
accident.
kind of skeptical that that
And the
actually
other
doesn't
guy-
hurt myself, other than hurt the businesses.
His insurance paid for everything and gave me like $4,000 on top of that. So I guess that was the silver lining.
There's a nice old car.
Randy, you retracted your message. How many meters, kilometers long is that climb? Do you know? I'm a climber. I don't know. But the one up Brimley is definitely a bitch. Do you ride with a helmet? I do, Andrew. And what's funny was I never used to ride with a helmet, but when I started recording videos, I was mounting the camera on the bicycle, and then I saw Action Kid was doing the helmet cam, so naturally I wanted to copy him. So I went to Winners, I bought a helmet for $15. Here, I can show it to you.
So there hasn't been much in the way of development along this strip
So
of
there we go.
roads.
I have a bike helmet. This is what I wear when I cycle.
It's not really commercial enough to see any signs of gentrification stepping in,
Wow, I must be drunk, 'cause I'm...
but most of these
There we go.
properties
I
seem
look
to have
pretty
been
badass,
spared
don't
the
I?
wrecking ball. So in that
Let's,
sense, this part of, we'll take a look down the street.
Put on my old
Sorry
sunglasses
for the
because I lost my good
sudden
sunglasses. So
Use
there's
there.
what Johnny Strides looks like when he's cycling.
But for the most part, Dufferin kind of feels like
Maybe we'll
one of those streets
keep
on
this
the
up for
eastern
the stream.
part of town. Streets like Jones Avenue and Woodbine that run north to south.
Oh, these things
And
are
then
all
east of
twisted and
downtown,
shit.
we
That's why
are
it looks
on
stupid. Whatever.
The west side of downtown.
Badass. Have you ever been married? Johnny means business. No, never been married.
Here's a public school. I don't know what the current status is of our schools.
Ooh, I gotta try this. Has anyone ever had this stuff before? Uh-oh, am I getting a low battery?
And it looks like at night,
Apparently,
the
this
blue
is
light
really good.
bus is the 329.
Got a lot of booze I still want to drink. Johnny means business.
So I think that
good,
means
no
there
one
would
chatting.
be 24-hour bus service on
Sweet.
Dufferin Street.
Vodka? No, that's like some
The blue
Czech
light buses are always
kind of
fun if you get a chance to ride
alcohol. Someone went to Prague.
Although maybe
and
they
brought it.
won't
What
be
kind of whiskey do you
them. So
drink?
fun with the bars closing so early.
I have my Chivas Regal and some other bottle I'm working on, and a new bottle of
And I
Crown.
think with the advent of Lyft and Uber, that's sort of become the preferred way home for a lot of the city's younger people.
You're a wine drinker or beat. Fandango girl. What's up, weird lurker?
A bike lane seems to terminate.
You're a Patreon. That's. You have more than
Kind of
enough
interesting how they have
of my
both
permission to
directions
weirdly
on one side
lurk
of the
all
street.
you want. I frankly don't know why the hell anyone is even watching this stream.
I forgot to get the name. The Grove Community School.
Jameson, Scotch, or 40
apparently the
Creek
name.
is good. I watch. There's this Scotch drinker, Ralphie. He reviews
Waterloo
all
Avenue.
these different whiskeys and
So this is
Scotch and
one-way
bourbons,
street, but
and
there
he,
is accommodation for bicycles
like
heading
most
in
whiskey
the other direction.
reviewers,
That's
isn't a
kinda
fan
neat.
of Canadian whiskey, but he really seems
Perhaps
to
I'll
like 40
link
Creek. He
together
even
a
went
ride
on a tour of the distillery when he
that
visited
leads through a number
Toronto.
of these streets.
So if you're into whiskey, check his channel out.
And finally, we have some development.
Ever try Oakley sunglasses? There was an awesome joke
ceiling heights,
on
these look like
Family
blocks.
Guy where Peter was coaching a baseball team and he puts on
And
like
because it's primarily a
his
low-rise
Oakley
street, I'm
sunglasses. He
guessing
puts one under his shirt. He
that
puts
setback
one
is a
on
requirement
his
of
hat.
the
He
city
puts them
in
all
order to
over,
build
and
up.
then he puts Ray-Bans
There's
over his
storage to
eyes.
build
And he's
further
like,
away
because
from the
Oakley
street.
suck. But no, I've never tried Oakley. I've tried fake Oakley. Stacy, speaking of which, honestly, Andrew, I mix my whiskey, so the best whiskey is the cheapest whiskey. Oakley, Wawa. Your favorite whiskey is Canadian Club, not snobby at all. No, CC, what's the TV show where the guy always drinks Canadian Club? It's not Suits, is it? Oh, it's bothering me.
Water main replacement on.
I bet if I go to Google and I write TV show where guy drinks Canadian Club, it'll come up.
So if you're curious about this development, it is called
Mad
the
Men.
Bricks.
I can't believe that my Google search of
Rentals is unique as you.
that's
are.
unbelievable. I love Google.
There's sort of been.
If you don't believe
an
me,
uptick in
I will.
rental places being
Let's
built
use this
lately,
new
which is
skill I
kinda
learned
cool.
here.
The downside is they tend to be just as
I can
expensive to rent from one of these newer buildings as a condo. But on the plus side,
There's what I
you
searched
do
for.
have professional property management instead of dealing with what is often an amateur or absentee landlord.
Like, how the hell does Google know that's what I'm looking for?
And you're far less likely
Can I
to be
stretch
a
this?
victim
How
of
does this work?
wrongful evictions.
Oh, look what I can do.
Common ploys for
I'm just
landlords to
learning this
say
shit right now.
a family member is moving into the unit in order to evict their current tenant so they can get a new
Google
tenant in
is
that'll pay
the
a lot more
overmind.
rent.
Yes, it is.
So if I were renting, I would definitely prefer or renting in a newer, more expensive building.
All right. I've just
Rent
been
in a
flooded with
dedicated rental
Instagram
building over a
messages
condo
right
just
now.
For those reasons alone.
Let's see. Who are these people?
And we are heading underneath the railway tracks.
I will message you later.
So,
What do you think of
And
those
to the right
mid-rise
here,
buildings? Wonder
at
if it
Queen
is
Street
a
West
Toronto
will be the
arch
Parkdale
style
neighborhood.
with
which
the
is also
setbacks.
sometimes
The ones in the
referred to
video
as
that we're watching right now that I wasn't paying attention to.
Little
I
Tibet?
don't know. I think they're okay. Did I successfully bullshit that answer? Oh, here comes the popo.
And to the left is the start of the
Come on, I gotta
West
have
Queen
a more
West
interesting
neighborhood,
video. Someone wanted to see Dufferin Street.
which
Let
is
me
one
go
of the trendier neighborhoods in the city.
into
It was rated by
my...
Vogue
I'm supposed to be a
magazine
good
a few
boy
years
and
ago
back
as
my videos up, but a
one of
lot
the
of times
coolest
I end up
neighborhoods in the world.
just deleting them because
Take from that what you will.
I don't know, I'm an idiot. But let's see. Published. This video was kind of fun, and not many people watched it. Maybe I could... Let's take Dufferin Street off. And let's throw a video that... Transform. Because my video's in 4K, so it's not a... We are walking through a red light district now, everyone. Toronto is good at half-assed. Toronto is probably the best at half-assed. Where do you store all your footage? Well, I usually... no, Susan, not Thailand. I have a 10 terabyte hard drive in my main hard drive. In my tower, and I have these. I have several of these. They're all like 4 to 6 terabytes. I think I have 5 more in my closet. So I usually keep ongoing backups on the desktop, and then when it's time to permanently back them up, I move them over to this. This video is in a city called Phnom Penh. Some people incorrectly pronounce it Phnom Penh, but this is a walk just a few minutes from my hotel, actually. I recorded this, I think, last week of January. So maybe January 28th and 29th. Those are Cambodian tuk-tuks, and now we are on Street 136. I thought it was kind of ballsy to take a camera down this street. You know, people are like, yo, what's this creeper doing? Filming? But it turns out there's a shitload of videos on YouTube of people that have filmed here. So yeah, we're just watching some creepy ass street in Cambodia. I agree, Andrew. Although I don't think this area ever gets like this is kind of like this is January. This is before the pandemic, so this is kind of like peak busyness for this area even, and it's still kind of dead. So I don't know. I've only been to this area once before, and really I just walked through it. I usually just go to like Western style bars when I hang out. Pre-COVID. Akira, this is actually kind of during COVID, right? Last month of January. When I was there, there were known cases in Cambodia. But this was when I think they were kind of lying to us about it. So we all thought it wasn't that bad. Hey, I used that. That's the thumbnail right there. It was a thumbnail moment with that girl who is probably a prostitute. Grab that guy's hand. No masks, people walking around. Most of these guys are pretty drunk, just having a good time. Maybe... Oh, that girl. Watch this. She follows me. And she was like, come with me, come with me. And right up here, where I paused it, if you look... That light in the middle of... you can't see my mouse. What the hell am I doing? I'm pointing at it. But that was my hotel. I didn't know my hotel was in this kind of area. But it was a pretty nice hotel. It was mostly like business people there staying. So it was interesting. I was only here for like 2 nights, I think, in this part of town. I had another hotel I stayed at in a much more normal area. And look at that street. That street is... This is a third world country, and that street is better than Yonge Street. What the hell? Yeah, it's kind of dirty, but I'd much rather ride my bike on this surface than Yonge Street. Favorite destination? That's a tough question. Probably Vietnam, I would say, or Tokyo. Easily, well, it's easily Tokyo, but the problem is it's friggin' expensive. Oh, that sucks, Andrew. Whereas here, you can literally, in the daytime, you can get a beer for like 50 cents. Like, you'll get a full-ass pint of beer for 50 cents. So you can just get 5 or 6 of those and get completely shit-faced, and you spend $3. And then you spend the rest of your day at the hotel. It's pretty awesome, if I'm not going to lie. A lot of feral dogs walking around. How many people watched this video? I don't think it did that well. Also, YouTube demonetized it, so I don't even make money on it. Oh, this video got 35,000 views. Holy shit, people started watching it. I thought it, like, completely tanked. That's pretty good. Ever been to Paris? No, I have not been to Paris. I've actually never been to Europe. Jim, why would they demonetize it? I think it's because I put red light in the title. I think that's just one of those words that kind of triggers the algorithm to say this is not an advertiser-friendly video. Which is fair. Maybe I shouldn't have put that in the title. I don't know. It is what it is. I don't try to clickbait my titles or anything. They're all just descriptive of what I do. I occasionally clickbait a thumbnail, I guess. Today's thumbnail was a good example of that. But I don't... The actual title, I don't bother. There's no need. Because if you trick people into watching a video, and they're just gonna, like, stop watching as soon as they start watching it, and that's actually gonna hurt you. That's the Mekong River, just on the other side of the street. The famous Mekong that runs into Vietnam. And if you have Amazon Prime, you can watch the Grand Tour. They did their season 4 premiere was called Seaman, and they actually popped off right at this part of Phnom Penh. And they went to a bar and they got some drinks, and they headed right down the Mekong River into Vietnam. Andrew, I highly recommend Asia. I would probably go there if I were you. It's maybe not Cambodia. I honestly don't think I will ever be back to this place. Not just because it's dirty and seedy, but I just think there's better places even in Cambodia than Phnom Penh. It's a cool city, but... Oh, there was a really amazing Top Gear episode. Was that the one where they rode motorcycles through Vietnam? I saw that, I think. That's a really old... That's like 7 or 8 years ago, right? It's particularly funny because Jeremy hates motorcycles. So it's kind of funny to force him onto a motorcycle. Man, it's hard to believe this was this year. This was 2020. I was just walking around drunk off my ass with the camera. Oh, the good old times. Get suits made. A good place to get a suit made is a city in Vietnam called Hoi An. That's a pretty good spot to do that. Been to Hong Kong? Yes, I have, Albert. I was in LFK, I think. All I remember about Hong Kong is that it's super duper hilly, and the area I was at was like full of expat bars, and it was super expensive, and a lot of rich people were kind of showing off their glory of what were you doing in LFK. I was on a layover through Cathay Pacific, and I had friends that lived there. They worked in for HSBC. So we just agreed to meet up, and they wanted to meet up in LFK, so that's where we went. And I remember going to a McDonald's, and they cleaned the tray, or they literally like cleaned your table for you, which was kind of cool. And there were lots of Lamborghinis. Good night, Randy. Have yourself a good night. Susan, ever been to Macau? No, I haven't. I've heard Macau is like a giant Las Vegas without the fun. A lot of the same style of resorts and casinos, and it's really huge. This is coming from people that have been there, but they say it's like I said, it's Vegas without all the fun stuff. Because I actually think casinos are kind of boring. I'm not a huge fan of Las Vegas. And the Las Vegas Strip is stupid, if you ask me. It's not. Like, just to walk down the street, you have to get on an escalator and, like, climb bridges. It's, like, so weird. Like, how unpedestrian friendly is it? Many historical buildings there. That might be true. That's probably worth going. What draws you to travel through Asia? Fandango Girl asks. Well, I lived there for 5 years. I lived in Seoul. I have a lot of friends there. So whenever we have a chat group in Kakao going, so like on this trip here, I met friends. I met them in Thailand. I just went to Cambodia a little earlier. And usually they're going to Phuket in Thailand. So often I'll try to, and they're only there for 5 or 6 days, so I'll plan a 2-week trip. Must be huge tourism. So many white people. You could say Western people. I've met plenty of non-white Western people as well while traveling. I agree, Sounds of the City. You have cacao. Of course I have cacao. I lived in Korea. How do I not have cacao? Into Down Under. No, I haven't, Andrew. Hey, there's my hotel, the Sun and Moon Hotel. This hotel has a bitchin' rooftop pool. I give this hotel 4.5 stars on my hotel rating service. But it was a little expensive, especially for being in a third world country. It was like $120 a night. Stacy, you're watching this from, wow. You're watching some guy in Canada at 1:28 a.m. sitting in a chair, all the way from Australia. It's not a bad, maybe if I pop into Google Photos here, maybe I can get a photos.google. What's really creepy is if you have Google Photos, you can just type wherever you were and it'll like know. It'll be like, oh, why isn't this shit pulling up? Oh, because it's in my... Yeah, I don't want to sign that. So much for that. And this video is done. Let's do another shady walk. Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another walk around Bangkok. This one takes us through the infamous Patpong area and the area around the Saladang BTS station located on Sealam Road. Patpong is home to a night market featuring mostly low-quality knockoff goods, which I do wander through a bit, but perhaps it's better known for its red light areas. I also head down Thanya Road, which has developed a reputation of its own, and later walk down a street full of street food vendors located just south of the BTS station before heading back. I recorded this walk back on Friday, January 31st, just after 9 p.m. Thanks for watching, guys, and enjoy the walk. Thank you, Stacy. I'm glad you find some use. I am good, Mark. A little tipsy. I actually have to stumble my way to the little boys' room. I'll be back. Uh-oh. Sorry guys, I have to rejig my webcam here. That's no good. Maybe. Yeah, it's because I'm using an iPhone as a web camera. I think I can get it back up and running here. What's the name of this app? I think I can use my Android phone. There we go. Yikes, let me see if I can turn that sound up. Okay, I think we are good to go, folks. Let me try. Okay, we are back in business. Maybe. Someone saw that weird harness guy. Oh no, turn off The flashlight. Why is the flashlight on? That's gonna hurt my eyes. Let me see if I can figure this. This is how cheap people do webcams, folks. This is now being brought to you by my Galaxy S8 because the stupid iPhone died. This is a piece of shit. That's okay. How much is language in Hishuini? It's not at all, Andrew. It's pretty easy. If you're betting those are all knockoff. Yeah, I'm betting you're right. I'm betting that. The knockoff stuff is kind of fun, actually. What's funny is on the left is a go-go bar. So if you look in, there's like just naked-ass girls standing on the stage dancing. And I was like, do I put my camera in there? Is this a good idea? This is Patpong. Patpong is like one of their more notorious neighborhoods. Yeah, I think P-Mall is full of cheesy fake shit too, but it's nothing like the same level you get in Asia at a place like this. Oh, I actually turned the camera inside one of those Google places. That's cool. That took some balls, because those guys, if the people in front saw you do that, they would kick the shit out of you. There's signs all over it saying, no cameras, do not take pictures in here. There's just some asshole tourists like me walking by, sticking a camera in that place. Gym H, they do close down a lot of the stalls at Pacific Mall, but it's like whack-a-mole. They just spring back up. That whole mall is kind of suspect. Susan, AliExpress knockoff central. I agree. Hey, BTS Skytrain is going above there. They have two systems in Bangkok. There's an underground subway, and then there's the Skytrain. AliExpress equals garbage? Is it garbage? I get shit from AliExpress all the time that I ordered like 5 months ago and forgot that I ordered it, and it just shows up. And you're like, what the hell is this? Then you open it, and it's like, I don't want this anymore. That's pretty much the story of me with everything I've ever ordered from AliExpress. By the time it gets to you, you don't want it anymore. Glamour. Why didn't I go into Glamour? If I speed up, can I fast forward this video? How does this work? I can. Oh, I can move this. There's a street just up ahead here. I think it's. Is it this street? Yeah, this street was kind of crazy. This is not something you would see in North America. Oh, this is way more fun than Vegas. And this is probably like the 4th or 5th like busiest neighborhood, or fun neighborhood in Bangkok you could stay at. This is nowhere near close to being like the number one spot. You have all the KTV girls. They all just sit outside. Usually this street is mostly Korean and Japanese like businessmen that come to this street at night. And then they go to one of these like karaoke rooms and they pick the girls that sit up. And they're basically paying for the girl to come to the karaoke room and sing with them. So if you're wondering what all these girls are doing, that's what they're doing. They're trying to have some rich businessman take them to a karaoke room. And they will get paid for keeping them company in there. So if you are white like me and you walk down the street, they will just ignore you. Like, they won't even acknowledge you. Notice how they don't even see me? Like, this street in particular is mostly Japanese Korean businessmen. Is it safe? Oh, this is incredibly safe. All of these people must be out of work right now. Like, Thailand is completely shut down to tourism. So this entire street must be just completely dead to the world right now, which is kind of sad. Mark, this is probably end of January, early February 2020. So I don't know if this, I mean, if you could, this wasn't officially the pandemic, but the virus was definitely on the loose, and Bangkok was having quite a number of cases at this time. So at the beginning I said January 31st. And this was actually the second time I filmed this video. I filmed it once, and I took like a really stupid path. So I went back to where I started, and I filmed it again, remembering how annoying that was. I ended up walking down some stupid alley that had no light. I couldn't see anything. So I just decided, this was before I did narration. Like, now that I narrate my videos, I could just call myself an idiot and kind of have a little adventure finding my way out. But this was back when my videos, I guess, were more about the just silent experience. I don't know how you would say that, but I fucked up. So this is the good one. I deleted the one that I fucked up. Otherwise, that would actually, you know what? That's a good point. If I still have that one, I could put that on Johnny Stumbles. Back when it was just another slide. Do I still have this video? That would be pretty sick. Like the one that I fucked up. Sorry for swearing, ladies and gentlemen. I have a folder here called Cambodia and Thailand. No, I don't have the first one. Did you buy anything from here? Other than food, no. Like a lot of my videos, I started and I don't know. This one I didn't. I started the first one at the subway when I got off. This one I didn't. So I literally came to this area, filmed the video, getting off for the SkyTrain, walking around, realized I fucked up, so I started again, and then I finished at the SkyTrain. So my entire time in this neighborhood, I was walking around with the camera, recording, so I did not... I just came here to film it. I really had no reason to be there. I was just doing nothing that night. Okay, guys, I still have some actual editing to do, so I'm just gonna say in like a couple of minutes, I'm gonna shut this thing off. Like, we've been doing this for almost 2 hours. I was going to do this for 30 minutes. Toronto is allergic to elevated transit. Yeah, this works better in warmer climates, though. I don't know of too many cities that have our kind of winters that have transit like this. Maybe Chicago with their L train. Thank you, Jim. Imagine if I did this on the other channel, there'd be like a few hundred people in here right now. The chat would just be going insane. You like my shirt. Thank you. It's my sponsor, so don't forget to drink Dr. Pepper, everybody. I do, and I wanted to wake up at the ass crack of dawn and go film a morning bike ride. Back to the future. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for... okay, let's take the stream up to 2 hours. Once I get to 2 hours, I'm going to turn this off. So, we're at 1 hour, 56:45. That's what I'll do. And I'm going to delist the stream. So what that means is you guys will not be able to rewatch it or view it again. I don't think this is the kind of stream that people actually want to watch anyways after the fact. That seems kind of like a weird thing for people to do. PPPH exclusive. Are you going to live stream tomorrow? I live stream today. I tend to live stream every other day. What I'll do is I'll do a live stream on Friday, maybe, on Johnny Strides. And at some point, I'm going to do this kind of stream on Johnny Strides. Thank you, Sounds of the City. I think that one is going to be a bit crazy with the chat. Thank you, Stacy. Thank you, Mark. We got 2 minutes left in this this whatever you want to call it video. Thank you, Jim H. So after I turn the stream off, I just gotta do a thumbnail for tomorrow's video that basically I can go to bed and then maybe I'll wake up and go for a bike ride. Maybe I won't. Me and my mom watch your videos. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Susan, Andrew, Gloria, Chetna, everyone who has tuned into this, whatever you want to call it, stream. Have a good night, Fandango girl. I'm not just staring at the time waiting for it. I'm weird like that. I like things to... I'm probably going to hit end stream at exactly 2 hours. Thank you, Susan. You watched 2 of my long-ass streams today. You watched High Park and this one. Good night, Andrew. So this stream has been viewed 169 times, and we currently have 24 viewers. That's cool. Thank you, Jim. And the average person tuning into this stream has watched for 19 minutes. Did you eat? Yes, I did. And, 2 Mama Burgers from A&W. Alright guys, we are getting to that 2 hour mark. Thank you everybody. Please go to bed unless you're in Australia. Have a nice day. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in, and I am going to kill this.